MeTV 24 Meridian proudly presents your favorite way to start the day. Welcome to Mornings with Scotty Ray and Candace.
And good morning. It is Monday.
It is.
Last day of February.
Yeah, it is. I wonder if, that always sneaks up on you.
End of the month.
It's like 28 days, yeah. Mm-hmm.
No leap year this year. I guess you're not having a birthday if your day is on the 29th.
That would be bad.
And I'm assuming that you celebrate your birthday on the 28th. Maybe some celebrate it on the 1st. I'm not sure how they do that.
Yeah. That would be odd, though, to not actually have a day.
But it's more common than you think of folks that have that.
I hope everybody had a good weekend. It was a cold one.
Oh, it was.
We were freezing to death outside in the rain up North Mississippi at a ball tournament. So that was
you've
great.
done the ball tournament this weekend.
Muddy mess. That's just 2 words to explain it.
And you rate it how good?
Well, we didn't get to finish the tournament. We only got to play one game, but we were out there for several hours, I guess, and they finally called it off because it was so much rain coming.
It took them that long?
Yeah.
And it was a lot of rain that came down over the weekend in different areas there. Meridian wasn't so bad, but north of here, like you said.
Oh, yeah.
Expect sunshine all week, though.
That's good. And a little bit warmer, right?
Yeah, by next weekend, we're going to be 81, maybe 82, somewhere in there. By Friday, it's 79, but the weekend is turning out to be it on a stick.
Mm-hmm. It's going to be kind of springish. Spring temperatures,
That's the way to word it, though.
Yeah.
Good morning to Terry Shelton, up already. Dwayne Chandler is joining us. Also, Bill Reinhardt up.
Mm-hmm. Dwayne Chandler's in Saudi Arabia.
Good Lord, that's a long ways off.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know what the temperature is over there, but isn't it always hot and nights are like freezing and then during the daytime it's hot?
I don't know. We just hope everybody stays safe out of our U.S. borders, though, right now, because it's a mess everywhere, I think.
Yeah, we'll get into Ukraine here in a little while, the latest of what we know on all that. That's up and coming this morning. A lot of things happened in the area over the weekend. But if you didn't, and I showed this earlier this morning, if you didn't get a chance to make it to the parade in downtown Meridian, you missed something big. It was folks everywhere. And let's flip to this, and I got like a little 30-second clip of the parade that went on this weekend. As we look at this, it was fun.
The Clydesdales. Those are Clydesdales.
Yeah. That was a little sample.
Yeah. Did you go to the crew of, was it Barkus?
Didn't get there in time for that.
Okay.
I was sitting here working and then realized, oof, and I jumped in the car and head on down, and that had already happened. But that was a huge turnout for you. As a matter of fact, they were late getting in the parade because it was so many pups that were involved in that.
Really? I bet that was neat to see, though. I'd like to see the little winners. Because
Yeah.
didn't they have a contest?
They had a contest. And a few of them were in the parade, but I missed that part. That was big. And then, of course, singing afterwards.
Yeah.
It was a little chillier than I expected. As I said, I thought it was going to be just a tad, but it was the wind blowing, and you had to have a jacket for sure.
Yeah, if the wind would have just died down a little bit, it might not have been so bad. But even where we were.
Today, 20-mile-an-hour gust. So although it's 62, there is a wind out there. So keep that in mind also.
Yes.
2 parade syndicasts for Fat Tuesday, I believe, is when that's coming. I totally don't understand Mardi Gras, everything about it. I know the Fat Tuesdays and something to do with some little piggy baby in the bottom of a cake.
Yeah,
I don't understand.
Cake. Yeah,
I don't get it. No one has ever sat down with me and goes, all right, this is what this is about. We always knew that it was about beads and shirts and New Orleans is all I really knew about that.
But the king cakes, they're a big seller. I mean, everybody buys the king cakes.
Yeah, they do.
So.
Let's see here. Things that went on. This is pretty neat. Now, you get up and you go to work every day, and next thing you know, 40 years has went by. Friday afternoon, I had a chance to go by the Lauderdale County Tax Collector's office. And, of course, if you've ever bought a tag, I want you to meet this young lady. I want to show you this video. 40 years, not quitting yet. And she does not look a day over 35 to me.
She's helped me before.
Yeah.
She's super nice.
Let's cut to this. And I had a quick little interview with her on Friday about her 40 years.
What year did you start
Oh my
here?
goodness, 1982.
And so how was your first day on the job?
Very scared.
Now, what do you mean very scared?
I was scared. This was basically my first job, so I was scared. Had never worked in the public before.
And nowhere during this did you decide to go somewhere else?
I did not. I love it here.
So 40 years, do you have plans of retiring after today?
No time soon. Another 40 more.
Oh my gosh. Well, let's look at your cake over here.
Okay.
Isn't this gorgeous? So what do you advice do you give to somebody for longevity?
Just be patient, trust in God, and everything else will work out.
And that is good
sweet.
advice
It is.
of what you're doing. And, of course, Julia Marshall is the young lady there that celebrated 40 years. Doris was there. They had cake. It was good. A lot of people come out. And Donna Jill, I saw you eyeing the cake from across the hall. Don't act like you didn't.
Did you get a piece of cake?
She didn't while I was there.
Did you get a piece of cake? That's what
No, I actually had just eaten a meal and it was late, and so I couldn't hold it. But I normally do.
Yeah.
Missed out on that big event. Also, let's go to Philadelphia for this. I've spoken to this gentleman a couple of times, and I've got this on our website at Sam Media Network. He stopped. He was working in the Philadelphia area. Let me pull up the news story here. He left his puppy dog. This is Bubba. Bubba is 16 years old, and he left Bubba in his room, and he came back, and Bubba was gone.
Oh,
Door was
goodness.
closed. Have no idea how Bubba got out.
Looks like a little Datsun.
Yeah, the Deluxe Inn. He's got a reward. It's a little over $200. And if you've seen Bubba floating around the streets of Philadelphia anywhere, he lives out of town. He's got his number, there's a connection to it from my webpage that could get him back to his owner. And that is, he keeps referring to Bubba as his son. And
Yeah.
I get that.
Yeah, because, I mean, dogs are a part of your family.
Yes.
I mean, it is like a child, to some people. So,
But you can visit the web page there, and under pets is where you'll find that. That's a section there. And let me show you how you do this if you've never been there before. When you go to our page there, several places that you can go. Let me pull this up. You come across here to Scotty Ray's Weather, across one of the headings there, and you go down to Pet Watch, and it's got all the stories there that deal with pets, and you click on that, and it'll have several stories, and then different animal rescues that you can go to. If you've got a lost pet, they're there also. Philadelphia Animal Control is there also if you'd like to adopt from there.
okay.
So just different stories of interest there that you might like. I've got to turn that heater off over here to my left. Woo, doggy.
You baking over there?
I am. I got a little warm. But
Yeah.
a few of the things that are happening there. Let's see what else went on over the weekend. We had a silver alert mentioned just a moment ago that come out of, let me get up here to it here. This is the latest silver alert that's been issued. This is going to come out of Lawrence County, Mississippi. 65-year-old man is missing Mr. Michael Miller, Jace, and let me show you his picture here. He's the latest that is added to MBI. That's a good thing that they do to get the word out.
Yes, yes.
We normally share that so you'll know about it. Now, let's talk about Meridian, the OKK Corral, the OK Corral, however
Yeah.
you want to word it. It was heavy crime activity over the weekend. Nothing majorly hurt. Somebody did get shot. He's not talking a whole lot, but as we go into all this, a gentleman was shot in the leg last night. I got a text of, hey, are you aware of what just happened in Meridian? It was another drive-by shooting. Why does this happen? I can't tell you, but it definitely did. This was in the area of 20th Street and 34th Avenue is where that happened last night. Now, and I brought this up before you came in. How many times have we brought up drive-by shootings and people are shot in the leg?
Yeah. It's kind of like it's just a little threat.
Yeah, is this some form of initiation to some gang? I'm just going to call it what I'm thinking. I don't have anything to back that up, folks, but is there more to it than meets the eye? I can just off the top of my head remember like the last 5 people we talked about being shot was in the leg.
Yeah. I mean, you could kill somebody by shooting them in the leg. Though.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a horrible thing, though, that every day, it's like every day we wake up to hearing about news about gunfire and people shooting up in the air, people shooting into homes.
Well,
I mean, when's it going to end?
Here's a perfect example. The 4400 block of 19th Street, a home hit with bullets and cars hit. Drive-by shooting there. Now, no one was hurt. This is to the northwest. If you're looking at Highland Park, sitting right here, it's to the northwest of there. We come on down. We see that a mobile home over the weekend was destroyed on 65th Avenue, Old 8th Street Road. Horrible, horrible. I don't think anybody was actually living there.
By fire.
Abandoned.
Right.
Yeah. We come down. Shots were reported on 44th Avenue. Let's see, we keep going down. Shots were reported due south of North Hill Street. Nothing was hit there, but it was due south of there. We come on down into Saturday, and boy, a lot of activity did we have across Lauderdale County in the city limits of Meridian.
Goodness, we had a car chase.
Yeah. Boy, them Lauderdale County deputies don't give up.
Highway 39 is where they were going down.
Then we had another one that went on into Alabama. The York police helped, and he was escorted on back over here to Mississippi. Didn't have why he didn't stop. Blue lights went on. He had his headlights on bright, and they threw the blue lights on, and he ran. He didn't have any driver's license or insurance or any other stuff.
Yeah, real responsible people.
Right. We had another car chase, and what are you doing? Picture this. Try to make yourself a criminal here. You're driving down the road. MPD throws the blue lights on you. Oops, I don't have driver's license. Oh, I got some marijuana here. What do I do? Well, you stomp the gas, I guess.
I guess.
That happened over the weekend, too. He chunked it out the window. They were able to recover it. It was a small amount that was found, so it made it a misdemeanor, but he's going to have plenty of tickets and other things. He ran to State Boulevard and jumped out the car and commenced to running. That would be the part of being a cop where I'd go, look, I ain't chasing you.
Yeah. After they started running.
Yeah, Mel Gibson thing to where you drive the car across the yards after them.
Yeah.
I ain't getting out running.
They need those, the taser things that shoot the little thing that tag you.
Yeah. I saw a video, and I can't tell you where it was, but it was a scene of a car chase. And the guy jumps out of the car, and there's like 10 cops up there running, and this other cop gets out of his car, and he's like a quarter of a mile behind him, and he runs past everybody and tackles. He should have been in the NFL.
Yeah.
I mean, the dude was
I'd be the
good.
one like several hundred yards back trying to gasp for breath.
Can you stop a minute? We got to rest.
Yeah.
Hang on. Don't do it anymore.
Slow down. Yeah. Goodness.
Oh, have mercy. We got more coming up. Action-packed news today as we begin our day. Let's talk about Goblin Cleaning Services as we begin this day. And we come over here to take a look at exactly what they do. Well, there's a lot that they do. That's their logo there. As you come down, they've cleaned Subway. Numerous businesses of making them look better, whether it's a metal roof that you got to just cleaning up your letters like on Subway on the front there.
That's right.
Well, look here. Look at that.
That looks brand new. And, it's getting that time of year where everybody's going to start doing spring cleaning pretty soon. So they can help you out with that.
And it's easy to forget. They can put you on a schedule to where every few months they come back and do it, however often you want it done, from sidewalks, and they do concrete as well as brick. And the difference is night and day. There's no other way to word this.
That's right. It's
super clean.
When you see the top picture, you would just be overwhelmed, like, how am I going to fix this?
Yeah.
But,
paint jobs. You don't really have to paint your house again. Clean it. Yeah, single roofs, slate roofs, asphalt roofs. It all comes about that. They do so much more than the pictures that I'm showing you. Talk to them today. Soft washing, low pressure, won't destroy things. From chimneys and a whole lot more, Goblin Cleaning Services. Talk to them today about getting on a schedule and getting your home or office cleaned.
I'm attorney Richard Schwartz. Accidents happen, but getting you everything you deserve may not happen without an experienced law firm on your side.
From the moment you call, we go to work.
Investigating responsibly while keeping you updated constantly.
We're available 24 hours a day, so don't wait.
For more than 30 years, we've helped get our injured clients' medical bills paid
And fought to get them the most money possible. Remember, one call, that's all.
The back porch of Meridian is now open on Highway 19. anything outdoors. Grills, fryers, pellets, and all grills come with free assembly. Whether you're looking for a cooler or custom woodwork, plus local beef, milk and ice cream from Beeson, products from Cyples Mills, spices, and a whole lot more. And don't forget to check out the She Shed, where you'll find authentic Louis Vuitton purses and more. And we can't leave out the Spoon Fudge, the Back Porch, Highway 19 North Meridian. And welcome back, Scotty Ray and Candace, on a great Monday.
It is. Sunny Monday.
We had a question about, in Clark County, there was a fire in Shibuya over the weekend. And by all means, we want to bring this up. And let me just show you, Clark County Hot Topics had the picture first of this home that went up in flames. Tragedy is no other way to word it. There was a loss of life here. She was 95 years young, and as I'm told, she was very active. Cleaned her yard, raked. You always saw her outside working. A great woman, Miss Patsy Tooney. She died in that fire. Big heart, always helping somebody.
Yes. Yes.
So
condolences to her family for sure, and her friends.
That's just horrible for something like that to happen.
It is.
Let's see some other things that are stirring. Of course, we had the big drug raid there in House, Mississippi. That won't be soon forgotten with all not normally that much activity there at the four-way in House, Mississippi, a bunch of cops.
Yeah.
But Eric has passed along, as I talked about it this morning. You're not going to sell narcotics nor buy narcotics in Neshoba County and not go to jail. Strong message being sent out of Philadelphia there from the sheriff's office. And we need to have Eric in one morning with us. He can even tell us about deer hunting. He got a little experience back when he was a game warden.
Yeah, I read the article about it, and I think they were stopped at two separate times.
Yeah,
after the deal.
Yeah, it was two cars sitting here, either buying, one was selling, and then they split up, and the popo went this way, and the popo went that way, and caught them both.
Yeah. So.
And they.
Even when you think he's sneaky,
cuffed
we'll
and
get
stuff.
Caught. Yeah.
And this goes down to, if you see it, report it. They want to know about it in Neshoba County. Zero tolerance is the acceptance of this. Well, it's just a little bit. No, there is no just a little bit.
Well, because, you never know. That could be your child they're selling to one day or somebody. It's just a scary thing. I mean, I read I saw a video of a lady who, she was a doctor that was on like Good Morning America a lot. And she was talking about, I think it was maybe her 15-year-old child, her son, had gotten a hold of some drugs. Like, they would have never thought that he'd have done that. But he had them delivered to their home in the middle of the night. And he got it, and it was laced with fentanyl. And they found him dead in his room. So it's a scary thing, because some kids will experiment with stuff not knowing,
Right.
And a lot of things are laced with other things that they're not aware of. And so these people who are selling things on the street, the more we can get them off the street, the better.
They even lace marijuana now.
Yeah.
And that will mess you up. We just got a note that blue lights headed toward House in the direction on Highway 19. So if you're a bad guy watching and cops are on the way, they're coming to get you. I don't know what the situation is. We'll try to dig into that and speak with Eric here in just a little bit and find out what's going on up there. Hey, I need to say happy birthday to one of my best buddies in the world, Son Williamson. Celebrated his birthday on Friday, turned 87. Happy birthday, son.
Yeah, happy birthday.
You ain't got no chickens to go take care of this morning because a tornado took them all away one time.
Oh, goodness.
Had a big chicken farm.
Did he?
Right until the tornado came.
Oh, goodness. That was a loss right there. Do you have chicken houses?
Yeah, chicken houses.
Oh, goodness.
He took his chickens completely away.
Goodness.
He can sit and watch TV now. Chicken, y'all know this, those that are watching that deal with chicken, that is some kind of work.
Yeah.
I've
heard.
Not.
I've seen it in action because I've been around them years ago. Some people that I knew had them in Georgia. So it's a big job.
Fan goes down at midnight, you better be out there saving them chickens. Chicken day. So keep that in mind. Let's see what else we've had. Did I mention St. Francisville was hit with bullets over the weekend? I think I did. So that was some of the things. As we start looking at some of the national stories in and around the world, things are changing a little bit for New York City when it comes to mandates. They announced that, how you had to have the mask to go in to eat or you couldn't get in?
Yeah.
That's coming off.
Well, I know the restaurant owners are proud of that, and the parents too, because the kids couldn't even go in.
That is the first that I've seen of Eric Adams out of New York that was kind of positive. He made a lot of promises when running. Then after he got in, the criminals were still running the town.
Now, I wonder about like the vaccination type thing. You know, weren't they saying in some areas that you couldn't come in unless you had your vaccine?
Yeah, but if I'm reading that right, the end of vaccine mandates for indoor dining. So that would mean that you would have to show that card.
Yeah, right. Okay.
Assuming. Now, it is New York.
That's good.
Anything can happen where they can go, well, I didn't really mean that. Sometimes you have to read deeper into that. But the subways are horrible in New York right now. Even somebody that is in his cabinet went to get on a subway and she was attacked. She's 58 years old, attacked by a guy with a hammer trying to get in. You know, you walk down that little steep. He was waiting in the dark there before you turned to get on the subway, hit her with her hammer. She's in the hospital. I'm not sure how she's doing. That happened over the weekend.
I mean, I wonder, did they not have like avid security?
Not enough. As we know what they've done to cops and the defund, there's just not enough out there. And I think America truly, whether you want to admit it or not, even the people that were for getting rid of the police realized that wasn't such a great idea.
Yeah.
I think even Nancy might be noticing that. Mm-hmm. Who you going to call when there's nobody there?
Right.
But that story's from New York City this morning as we look around. This is so sad. You take a little small town, kind of like a Mayberry RFD. We find it in California. For 80 years, nothing has ever went on. Nothing more than a traffic stop. Friday, a police officer pulled someone over. He was 30 years old. He'd been working for them 5 years, was shot and killed. The first cop in the line of duty in 80 years to be killed in that little town there. Tragic. And here he is taking a look. Sometimes you hear the stories and without seeing it, you don't quite understand it. But this is what he looked like there.
Goodness.
George David Alvarado. Am I pronouncing that? Alvarado. Mm-hmm. We pass along condolences to his family there. That no need for anything like that. Why it would ever?
That's awful.
People will do anything. Always, as a police officer, thinking about getting into it, pay attention to that training when walking up to those windows there. Let's see. In Florida, got a sex offender on the run. He shot a sheriff's deputy during a traffic stop, and then he broke into somebody's house. Immediately, he's running from that. The cop didn't die. The homeowner took him out in Florida. Of course, you know, they believe in guns in Florida, protecting your right. He didn't hurt anybody else. Taken out. So I say thumbs up on that news story.
Well, there's a lot of people who believe in defending their homes and their families.
That's Second Amendment.
So, yeah.
Let's see here. Wanda Mosley says her mother is 90 years old today. Happy birthday, Mom.
Yes.
What's your mom's name? We'd love to say happy birthday to her, too.
Yes.
Now, that's a great age.
It is. I hope to live to be 90. That's a great age.
Mm-hmm. And your husband is going, please don't let me make it that long. I'm teasing.
I'll still probably be, if I can, you know.
I always think of
working. So
what's his name? Jeff Dunham.
Mm-hmm.
And isn't it George that he's got the little older character that he's got there?
He looks like Biden to me. Is that the one you're talking about?
Talking about the little bitty fella there that sits on his knee. Isn't that his name? Is it George that's always upset about his wife and he's talking about her? And he sits there like this.
Is that the Jeff Dunham?
Yeah,
the ventriloquist guy.
Yeah.
To me that one looks like Biden. He looks just like Biden.
Is it George? What's the little guy's name?
I don't know.
He's never happy.
I can't remember what his name is, but yeah, it's amazing the resemblance.
Yeah, Dora is her name. Celebrating her 90th birthday, Dora.
Happy birthday, Dora. Yeah. Yes.
Hope it's a great one there. But I'm going to think of that in a second. But Jeff Dunham is hilarious.
He is funny. My older son loves him. Walter. Yeah.
Right over my head. Mm-hmm. Thank you, Roy. Appreciate that. But, you know, there's Peanut, and then there's the one that's always trying to do the suicide thing.
Oh, yeah. He goes, I kill you.
Yeah, I kill you. Jeff is
it is funny. He is funny. He's pretty funny. And he's not, he's not like a bad.
No, he makes fun of Priuses. Yeah. What you driving, your Prius? Funny stuff.
If y'all like stuff like that, you need to check him out.
Bridesmaid. Have you ever been a bridesmaid in a wedding?
Once.
Mm-hmm. Did you give gifts to her? How did that work?
No, I don't think. No, we just helped to do stuff to get ready for the wedding, like decoration type stuff. I think. But
weddings have changed so much because I've been married for 30 plus years now, and things have changed on what they do. They do these, like with the kids, the reveals. They didn't have no such thing as we come along. And when you got married, I guess it's the bridesmaid's responsibility to buy her own dress, or does the bride pay for that?
I think we bought our own dress. I think that's what it was.
Social media has taken to whooping up on this old girl who is getting married. She goes to her bridesmaids, I don't know how many there were, 5 or 6, I suppose, and she wants to go have some spa treatment. And she wants them to pay for it and then them not to attend. She wants to go alone because she needs some alone time before the wedding.
She might be one of those bridezillas that they call them, That she just might be that, yeah.
I've never heard of a bachelorette party. They're calling it a hen's party now.
Huh.
I have to remember. Did you have a hen party?
No, I didn't.
Dang, I'd have threw that for you if I'd have known it.
I didn't have a hen party, no.
But those are pretty popular there.
Yeah, that's ridiculous, though. I mean, I can understand. Don't expect to get something, but be, proud of it if you do.
Yeah, if somebody's nice enough.
And nice, yeah. That's just crazy to expect them to pay for it. I'd say, good luck, sister. Go get your hair done.
We got another birthday here. I'm gonna let you tell that one.
Happy 81st birthday to Auntie Edna Ward, and she's at Delwood. She was born on the 29th.
Well, here you go. So that would be the leap year thing.
And that's from Roy T. Ellis.
Roy said he likes Peanut. Peanut is funny too.
Yeah.
Let's see here. The convoy. Now, there's a lot of stories out there of separate sections of convoys that will all meet up in Washington. I read one to where it says there's only 5 trucks left in the convoy. That was a small one that was headed. But they have raised $850,000 in donations as they make their 11-day trek toward Washington, D.C., as the fences go up and as the White House is scared of them.
Yeah. I just wonder, I just hope everything goes smooth.
I do too.
For the truckers. I mean, I think they're pretty much good people and, mean well and just want to stand up for what they believe. And I just hope people don't turn it around to make it.
Well, bet your bottom
be the
dollar.
Bad guys, What's
going to happen is how they'll send these people in that aren't truckers to make it look every time. Those groups that are, y'all know that. Troublemakers is what we call them here deep in the South.
Well, I mean, look what happened in January. So, anyway.
There was a bunch of them in the crowd that caused a lot of
Last
that.
January.
Yeah. Yeah, it has been a year, hasn't it?
It has. Gosh, I can't believe it's been a year.
You ain't got any little horns like that guy had, do you?
No, I do not. No. I bet he's wishing he hadn't put those on and painted his face and everything up.
Right. Scott said, help me remember about the strike back in the 70s. I couldn't afford to strike long. Am I wrong? Yeah, you can't. That's why these people are raising money, this $850,000 to where they won't lose their trucks, where they can stop. That's what's going on. But there was no such thing back in the 70s when Convoy and White Line Fever was out at the theaters of people that were striking. Yeah. There was no such thing as helping people out like that. Now, it's changed a little bit. People want to help others. But you're right. That's what went on there. Let's see some other stories that are shaking loose this morning. And stories are really in the news no matter where you go and flip on a television. Any news article you open up is going to be about Ukraine. And we'll get to that in a moment. A little of these. A rapper was shot in Houston over the weekend. Now, this one you would think, well, they were arguing on the street corner. It was drive-by. He goes to turn his car around and backs his car off into a ditch in front of somebody's house. And the homeowners go berserk and shoot him.
Oh, my goodness.
They did. As you go down here and look at this is the scene of what the car looked like. And let me pull this up. And again, all he was doing was turning around and his back tires fell off in that ditch. And they shot him over it.
I wonder who the homeowners were. Did they feel threatened by thinking, I don't know, thinking maybe.
More details on that as that's going to start. That sounds like somebody's going to jail.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure.
There is no argument. Life is full of arguments that don't matter. And the older you get, you will learn that there's a lot that really don't matter. You turn and walk away from things with a smile and go, well, you're young and dumb.
I think people.
Or you're just dumb. Maybe that's the word for it.
Maybe so. Goodness.
But
did anybody happen to see the CPAC thing. Isn't that what it's called with the Donald Trump spoke and everything?
59% voted for Trump. Over the top for him. So he edges out DeSantis big time.
Yeah.
So he's the pick of what they want for the Republican president in 24.
Well, he spoke for a good long while, and I listened to the whole speech.
So what'd you get out of it? Tell me.
Well, I mean, it was just all about, he was telling all about what he'd done in the past. I mean, just the basic Trump speech,
Right.
But he never really did. I think everybody was just waiting on him to say that he was going to run, because he's yet to say I'm going to run. But it's all indications that he will.
Yeah.
I mean, he's saying the same thing. We're going to make America so and so again. We're going to make America great again. And we're going to do it together. And he just leads you to believe that he is. Now, will he?
From my understanding on that situation, is the reason he hasn't said it is so that it won't interrupt anybody else running for the midterms, that he's going to wait till that happens and then probably the next day come out and go, hey, I'm running.
Yeah.
So that they'll focus on the elections where they can get an attention to where it won't all come after him.
Well, yeah. And I think they're going to come at him with just not actual blazing guns, but I mean, you know what I'm talking about.
Oh, they are.
When he does announce that, or if he does announce that he is, they're going to come at him, and it's just going to be nothing but about that the whole time.
Every lawsuit, every investigation is to smear him so that he can't run in 24. That's what all of that is about. It's politics is what it's called.
Yep. But DeSantis would be a great president, but he would also be a great pick for vice president, like somebody just said, Nancy Harris. Because if Trump could run again in one more term, and
he
then
could slide in.
Right.
Oh, I agree. 100%.
It would be a great combination, I think, as long as they got along.
Well, and DeSantis addressed that and goes, y'all hold on. We don't have any issues between us. So it's not. And also, have you signed up? I have not yet. Truth Social by Donald. It's a waiting list of about 500,000 people so far.
Now, this going to be the media?
It's going to be his
media site?
Yes, kind of like his answer to Twitter.
Okay.
I plan on today downloading that and putting it up. I don't think it's gone hot totally yet, but there's a list of go ahead and sign up for that Trump social media. So check that out today. And I'll find out what the little picture looks like. We'll post that to where you can see on your iPhone of what to download.
All right.
If you're interested in that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But lots coming. So as we all know, who remembers back in the day when you used, what was that other site before Facebook? That big one. MySpace.
Is that right?
Yeah. And
I never did that or anything.
It's a thing of the past now. It is not around.
Yeah, I don't know. And then what was the other one? Rumble? Didn't they have a Rumble or something?
Rumble is still out there, but you remember it was shut down.
What was the one? Is that the one that the guy started when it was supposed to be an alternative to some other things? That
Rumble was.
Yeah. Okay.
And then they shut that down and they lost millions.
It was kind of hard to navigate, wasn't it?
The MeWe thing. Wasn't that one also?
Yeah, that's one that's still out there.
Yeah, and it never took off. A lot of people went to it for about one weekend.
I think Truth Social, though, I think that'll be a good.
With Don's name behind it, and I just can't zoom in on that, what it looks like. We'll get that Truth Social. It has a T. I'll try to hold this up to the camera where you can see that. Let me move this around here where I can make sure I'm getting the focus right of what it looks like here. That right there, I know that's kind of blurry, but it's got a T and says Truth Social under it. That was kind of blurry. It didn't focus in on that, but that's what it looks like when you go to download it. If you want to be a part of that, you don't have to. Up to you.
Right.
Don't rush off. We've got a lot going on between now and the top of the hour. So glad that you're joining us. Welcome. It's chilly.
It is a chilly morning, but hopefully it's going to warm up.
So hang close.
The Piggly Wiggly of Collinsville is passing along these great savings this week. Fresh Idaho potatoes, a 8-pound bag, $3.99. California navel oranges, a 4-pound bag, $5.99. Yellow onions, a 3-pound bag, $2.49. Whole pork loin, $1.89 a pound. And New York strip steak, family pack, $8.99 a pound.
And we're down home, down the street, Piggly Wiggly.
If every time the wind blows you get a little leery about a tree over your house, talk to my friends at Reed Tree Service. There's no reason to be worried about a tree crashing through your house. Mike and Jake have years of experience of dealing with trees. It can be as simple as having a limb removed or a tree that is just huge too close to your shop or house. It's not going to cost you anything to have Mike come out and give you an estimate. They're licensed and insured, taking care of East Mississippi and West Alabama. Reed Tree Service. Have tree, will travel. And welcome back with Scotty Ray and Candace. And let's take a few moments and go down that history lane this morning. Mm-hmm. You'll remember this name because if it were, regardless how you want to shake this up, could she sing? No. She thought she could, but she was horrible at it. But what she was good at was being bossy, kind of like you. And
thank you.
Pushing, well, of pushing someone to become everything that they needed to be, kind of like an army sergeant, so to speak. And who am I talking about? I'm talking about Audrey. Audrey was born on this date back in 23. We would have no Hank Williams to the degree that we have if it weren't for her. She pushed him. Then she pushed him some more. Hank was happy with just enough change in his pocket to go buy another beer. And she took him to that next level. And if it hadn't been for her, we probably wouldn't have known who Hank was other than maybe a blurb every now and then.
Sometimes bossy is not that bad.
I could see that. Maybe you like this song.
Yeah.
What were you going to say?
I was going to say, I don't call it bossy. I call it like persistent.
See, well, most bossy people don't consider it to be, so you fit the mold.
Okay.
Miss Persistent. 1970, you weren't around yet, but you would hear this song on into the 70s, and it would be what I would call that easy listening type music. Wasn't my favorite, but a lot of people got into this. Who remembers this? 1970, the number one song, Bridge Over Troubled Water, Simon and Garfunkel. Now, didn't they go on to do other things? Simon and Garfunkel?
Well, Paul Simon was the guy,
You
right?
can call me Sam.
So he kind of went out. I guess he kind of just went out on his own, didn't he?
Yeah, he needed a bad haircut there. Bad. You could have done, look at this, y'all. You could have done wonders for that. That old curly head back there.
What do you call those little hats? My granddaddy used to wear those hats all the time.
I always called him a chauffeur cat.
They look like a little golfer hat. Like,
yeah.
You know. So.
But they were big in the day, and if you were into that, there it was. 1977, I'd be 8 years old, and this little boy would be born on this date. Who am I talking about? We brought him to Meridian, and it was an incredible show. He went around to a lot of the local nightclubs after the show and hung out most of the night. Would that happen now? It's been a few years since then. I'm talking Jason Aldean. Big show that night.
Yeah, I was 3 when he was born. Goodness.
Ooh, and Jason does have a lot of good music. I don't know what the current stuff is, but
his wife is pretty vocal about her political views.
She is a very Republican.
I don't think she's afraid to hurt feelings too much.
No, she's not. Jan, what are you talking about? Jeff Hat? Did I miss something there? Good morning, Jeff Hat.
The hat, the little hat.
Oh, it's called a Jeff hat?
I guess that's what she's talking about.
Huh.
Yeah. Okay.
I have never heard of that.
I haven't either. I didn't know that's what it was called. But yeah, my granddaddy wore one of those all the time. He had his little suspenders. Yeah. And his little hat. Sweet.
Good morning to Winfred Cole joining us from Columbia, Mississippi this morning. Glad to have you a part of the show there. That's what she said she's talking about.
Yeah. Okay.
That's
Thank
interesting.
you, Jan. We learned something this morning.
Always.
I just called it a little golfer hat. You know, little golfers would wear that with the knickers. You know. And
the little sock. You had to have the socks that were ugly.
Yeah. Argyles.
And if you remember Rodney Dangerfield and all those golfing shows he done, what is up with the plaid and golfing?
I don't know. Are you talking about plaid or are you
the golf
those little diamond? Plaid pants.
You know, they just stick out that scare you, and you go, "That's a golfer." Just wasn't a lot of golfing where I grew up. Yes. 1979. He was big in his day, and he would pass away on this date back in 79. Who remembers Mr. Ed?
I watched it.
That was a good show.
Yeah, I watched it when I was little. So, The Talking Horse.
Wow. They don't have shows like that no more. I don't know of any. Lassie didn't talk. Is that possibly the only one that had
Yeah, I don't think any of them talked other than Mr. Ed that I know of.
It seemed like there was a movie that had a dog that when people walked away, he'd talk. And I can't remember the name of that.
I don't know, but there was a lot of animal shows like Lassie and Benji and,
The Shaggy DA, that was pretty good.
Yeah. Now, he might have been the one that talked.
There was another one, Bud Air, that would knock the ball in there.
Yeah.
And then who could, Clyde, of course, from Every Which Way But Loose. I like Clyde.
Oh, yeah.
1983 would be the ending of an era on television. 125 million people across the United States would sit down this night in February and watch the last show. There's a lot of cried. They aired it not long ago on MeTV. Who remembers the final episode of MASH? It ended today.
I remember. Yeah. We watched MASH all the time when I was younger.
And speaking of, I don't know if you saw this. I did not realize that there were two Hot Lips Houlihan's. Did you know that? And let me see if I can get her picture. They made a movie first, and then they come out with a television show. Let me find her picture here. I got it back here at the end, and she passed away this past weekend. Here she is. This is what she looked like, right there.
Okay.
That comes from the Hollywood Reporter. But I had no idea. Sally Killerman was her name, that there was another.
She kind of looks like Carly Simon. Isn't it Carly Simon?
Yeah, I've heard that too.
She kind of favors her a little bit.
But Hot Lips.
Okay.
And
I don't guess I ever remember seeing her on there.
Again, it was a movie. It wasn't the TV show. When the TV shows thing did it.
Yeah.
That I can't remember. I went blank on there for some odd reason there. But let's all face it, Loretta Swift. Okay. That was her name. It was the tight T-shirts that made her the Hot Lips Houlihan.
Yeah.
Old boys liked that show back in the day there. 1984, this was one of the coolest songs, and I remember seeing him because he was run down so much because he went on Solid Gold Saturday night. And they go, you're in country, you can't be doing that. You can't do that. He wrote a song for Elvis Presley called Kentucky Rain. Anybody remember that?
Yeah, I didn't listen to Kentucky Rain, but I've never heard the song. But I've heard of the song, but I've not heard the song.
Candace, don't make me fall over backwards.
I'm sorry, I haven't.
You have never heard Kentucky Rain?
No, I don't think I have.
Ask a preacher man. Where you been? Oh my gosh. Anyway, this was the #1 song back in 1984. Eddie Rabbitt had it called I Love the Rainy Night.
Now, we had that on in the car not long ago. My 7-year-old was singing it by the end of the song. He was singing it.
Can't help it.
Because
like
it's constant. I love the rain.
Yeah. And then I got $2 in the jukebox, $5 in a bottle. Eddie Rabbitt was great. And if you've never listened to Eddie, look him up sometime today.
Wasn't it like he passed away and nobody really
They didn't tell
realized
anybody.
it? I mean, that was crazy.
They had him in the ground, and it would be a week to 2 weeks later before they told anybody about it. They wanted privacy, and they meant it.
That was odd.
He was a great songwriter.
What he passed away from, do you know?
I think it was cancer, if I remember right.
Okay.
But they kept it really low key. It would be 1992, and there's probably not a personal lie, that every once in a while they're driving down the road and they go, oh, I wonder what she's doing, or I wonder what he's doing. I hadn't seen him in 20 years. What happened to him? Well, Garth put it to music and made you think about that person that you hadn't talked to in years.
Yeah.
And it was this song here, What's She Doing Now? It was #1 in 1992.
That's a good song.
She had moved to Boulder. Last time he had heard from her, I think is what the song said.
I think we all kind of think about like classmates, not necessarily somebody you dated or anything, but a lot of times I'll think about, I wonder, like that girl that sat across from me in the 3rd grade, I wonder what they're doing now. Well, try to look them up. It's hard to find people.
That little girl that beat you up in 4th grade, I hear you constantly think about where she might live where you could go visit her now. Come on out, Sally.
Visit. Yeah,
come here.
Let me take you to lunch.
But you do. You'll be in a store and you go, well, I didn't. It's 4th grade since I saw you. I didn't recognize you.
But I love when I see somebody from high school or something. I just want to hug their neck because I miss that part of life. I miss seeing friends and stuff because once everybody grows up and gets out of high school, everybody kind of goes separate ways and makes their own lives. And so,
they do.
Anyway, it's always good to see people.
You don't realize it when you walk down that aisle in graduation that you truly, most of those people you will never see again in your life.
It's sad. It is a sad time. But a lot of people don't realize that. They just think that everybody's just going to stay around in the same town and you'll get to run into them here and there. But that's not the case.
No, it's not.
Even one of my best friends,
She
we were like
take you
this
anymore, huh?
in school. And no. We were like this in school, but I stayed here and she went off to college. And of course, made all new friends and stuff. So it's sad. But when I do see people, I love to hug their neck.
One of the most influential men that ever breathed a breath in America, who would talk to you. He would sell you products, and you trusted him. Mm-hmm. There's no other way to word this. He became probably one of the most trusted men in America of all time. Passed away on this date back in 2009. It is so hard to imagine that there is no more rest of the stories. Mm-hmm. Paul Harvey passed away on this date. I
listened to many, many, many Paul Harvey stories.
If he said it, you could take it to the bank. Mm-hmm. There was no guessing if Paul is right to be an advertiser.
Right.
He used your product to make sure it was good. Mm-hmm. And then the lady who brought you the Cross Your Heart Braziera passed away on this date. You would know her as Jane Russell.
Okay. Passed away in 2011.
Yeah. A few things that happened on this date. Maybe it brought back a smile, a memory to you. I hope you enjoyed that. Don't rush off. We've got more coming up with Scotty Ray and Candace as we move you through this morning here.
The back porch of Meridian is now open on Highway 19. Anything outdoors. Grills, fryers, pellets. And all grills come with free assembly. Whether you're looking for a cooler or custom woodwork. Plus local beef. Milk and ice cream from Beeson, products from Cyples Mills, spices, and a whole lot more. And don't forget to check out the She Shed, where you'll find authentic Louis Vuitton purses and more. And we can't leave out the spoon fudge. The Back Porch, Highway 19 North Meridian.
Remember, one call, that's all. I'm Richard Schwartz, and I'm here to help you. Sanders Gas, Sanders Air and Heat is your full-service propane supplier since 1946. We take pride in ensuring reliable, friendly service to our customers. We also provide safety tune-ups related to propane, air conditioning, and heating systems, keeping our community efficient and safe. I'm Chuck Sanders, and yes, we're local.
Thank heavens, Bill. Bill's going to do Kentucky Rain for you tomorrow night.
Okay. I'll be watching.
That was truly a good song, and that put Eddie Rabbitt on the map. And that was back in the day. If you remember Mac Davis, he wrote, if I remember correctly, and Bill, mark me, Don't Cry Daddy, I think was one of the first that Mac Davis wrote for Elvis. And it was a life changer. He made like $500,000 like that. And he said he drove down, the first thing he bought was an actual TV, where Mac Davis didn't have one before that.
Okay.
Me and you together, we'll find a brand new mama. Anybody remember that? Or is it just me?
Today it's just you. Now I might look it up and try to listen to it, but yeah.
I'm starting to be the old geezer on the left side of the room over here. Let's see what else is shaking across America today that you might remember here. That rapper, we've already talked about that one. Ukraine, let's get to that. Sanctions have hit Russia major. Mm-hmm. You have to give the spirit of the Ukrainians. They have walked out of their homes, protected it for the most part. Mm-hmm. They were handed rifles, and they're fighting in the streets to protect their homeland. They've taken down a lot of copters. The city has not, the capital has not fallen yet.
Right, and they've been provided by somebody else. I can't remember the country or the people who had given them to them, but drones, that they have taken out some of the Russian troops by the drones, because the drones are pretty quiet. They don't hear them, and then they attack them by that.
Now, there's supposed to be peace talks today, but the president of Ukraine says there's not a lot going into that. Not a lot of it's going to help.
But the president of Ukraine is out and about in his gear, right next to the people who are fighting. So.
He's not hiding like other people we know that go in a basement for months upon end. Just saying.
Yeah. I saw a thing where the Miss Ukraine, did you see that?
Yeah.
She has got her gear on, and she's out there helping.
She gave up that little fancy dress she had.
Yeah. They've even, I think he's even told the prisoners if they'll come out and fight, that he'll, grant them some kind of, what did they grant them?
Immunity, is that what you're talking about?
Something. Yeah, I don't know.
As we look at this, did Nostradamus predict this? They're saying that if you start digging into all of this, of the Great Fire of London that he predicted, did he predict that there was going to be a major conflict that would spread to Western Europe this spring? For the Danny sermon was about that last night at church, of could this spread? He said, I don't know, but it is possible. Putin is not a good guy. He is not scared of anyone.
Yeah, somebody was saying that a lot of people have gone to Poland thinking that they would be safe, but there was a lady on last night on the news that said that she didn't think they'd be even safe there because they thought that he would even go into there. They're saying that his state of mind is not what it was.
See, I think his mind is exactly. I think he knows what he's doing. Others don't understand it. He's got a plan.
Well, being part of what was he, the KGB or something? I mean, I would think that he has stuff well thought out, planned out. Kind of, getting around any kind of thing that he would have it thought out.
A mastermind. And even Trump has said that. He has been very smooth operator on all this. Saturday Night Live opened up with as they done the national anthem to Ukraine this weekend. I don't know if you saw that story. It was where they usually have that cold, they sang the national anthem, and that's good.
They have sanctioned, I think they said 80% of their money has been, or finances have been put in, sanctioned, but still they are operating on 20%. And they said that's still enough to fund him, attacking other people. So
there's runs on the bank there. As interest rates have shot to 20%, people can't get their money out of the bank now. So Russia's got its problems, but they still got enough military gear to put punishment on these people.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Russian death toll with the Ukrainians is now up to 4,300 is the number I'm reading this morning. That could have climbed overnight. That was about 10 o'clock last night when I got that number of what they've taken out.
I think I heard this morning where they said there was 3 miles long of tanks headed into the capital city.
Yeah.
But they haven't gotten there yet, or I don't know if they're just kind of at a standstill, and I don't know what But we have American reporters over there right now reporting the news, and that's very brave of them to stay over there and do. But they've got to be terrified of what could happen, because they're talking about people who are hunkered down in basements and stuff, that they only have so much food to last. And if they do get attacked and these buildings crumble that have basements in them, these people are going to be trapped.
Was it 90 that we really got our first taste of live war when Geraldo went over and they were doing live coverage from a war? I think that was the first time that had really ever been done that way.
Yeah.
Trump says if something more isn't done, this could turn into world wars. He says sanctions are not enough, that Joe is going to have to do more.
Yeah.
That's Don's thoughts on that this morning.
That is scary, though, about cyber attacks possibly hitting the U.S., and that is scary.
Let's see. Let's head over to Lauderdale County Farm Supply, where they always have a lot going on. They've been there since 32. That's a long time there. And don't forget about this, as those flower gardens are going to get ready. With this 80-degree weather, people are going to come a-running. They got all your pot and soil, anything that you're looking for to make your home look good outside, as people head to make it look better.
And inside, too. If you hadn't checked their gift shop out, you need to go look, because they've got some beautiful things.
Clothing and a whole lot more as we go through this, from sweatshirts to T-shirts to jeans. If you need a ball cap or even, some bib overalls, they carry all of that line there for you at the Lauderdale County Farm Supply. Flashlights. How many times you gone to reach to go look at something you can't see? Well, they got just about any type of flashlight that you could shake a stick at sitting there on the shelf waiting for you. Go in. Work boots for the working man that need them, from rubber boots to, just standard work boots there. Great prices on them as well. Any tool that you may need to work outside, they carry those as well, from pets to candles over in the gift shop to skillets. It's a one-stop shop. You'll find it there with your horse and cattle feed, all at the Lauderdale County Farm Supply. See them today for guns and ammo and a whole lot more.
Remember, one call, that's all. I'm Richard Schwartz, and I'm here to help you.
Rockhouse Gun and Pawn is open Monday through Saturday from 9 a.m. until 6 p.m. Lots of different calibers and brands to choose from when it comes to hunting rifles. Whether you're looking for a new pump shotgun or an AR, the Rockhouse will have the gun that you need, with a huge selection of ammunition for just about any caliber that you may be looking for. Pistols, scopes, and a whole lot more. Plus a private lobby for your confidentiality when it comes to your pawns. Rockhouse Gun and Pawn, located at 5430 Highway 19 North Meridian.
And Roy asked, did Elvis ever write a song? No, he did not. Everything that Elvis ever done was written by someone else. So that did happen there. And Jimmy Robinson made reference to "If I Were the Devil." I've also got a copy of that on my YouTube channel. If you want to go there and just type that in, you'll find it there on the YouTube channel. Something to listen to.
Make the hair stand up on the back of your neck, listening to that.
Yeah, because that everything that was predicted in that little speech there, that 3.5 minutes, is also true. Let's see here. Joe Rogan says he didn't vote for Joe. You won't find many that said they did.
Yeah.
Makes you wonder just how many Americans did. Secret Service is busy these days. $100 billion is what they're researching of fake COVID relief funds that were put out. A lot of people abused that. Y'all see that. This is even including NFL player and a reality TV star. What they blew the cash on that was supposed to go to pay employees. Shame. I wonder if they're going to
they were supposed to keep employees too and keep their businesses open, pay the employees. I know there was some businesses that took money and then let everybody go and shut down,
I can't tell you how many times we've seen them go buy sports cars. Y'all have seen this over and over and over. Yeah. It was abuse of the American tax dollar, and it was just sent out in a flurry.
And, we're not talking about like little small amounts of money that some of us little self-employed people might have got or something. I didn't get the PPP loans or anything, but there was a lot of people who did that. But now we're talking about big money. Like some
millions.
of them got millions of dollars. Yeah. So
we go to Texas for our next story. This is a big deal as Greg Abbott orders a search into this as to state welfare agency. He wants them to investigate and prosecute parents who allow their children to undergo sex change procedures, including blockers. We'll see how that turns out. There's going to be a lawsuit filed on that.
Yeah.
You can see it coming before it even happens. He's trying to stop all of that. Let's see here. Don't believe half the headlines when it comes to this. There's no telling the untruthful things that have been said about the Wuhan lab of how that started. Now the media is trying to throw it out there. Well, it was probably a pet that started it. Not so sure, I believe.
The virus.
Yeah. I'm not so sure. Do your research on that, and so that you'll know when somebody tries to tell you what went on there.
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw this or not. The Price is Right. You get up there, you lose, and you're supposed to exit this. But The Price is Right. A lady tried to get off the stage, and she couldn't find her way off, and they're still doing the game, and she's running back and forth, and she just can't get off, and she's embarrassed beyond. Front row.
That would be me, probably.
Yeah. How do I get out of this?
I'd be like, where do I go? No, I'd probably trip and fall.
And I guess you have to sign up, like if you want to go to the Jay Leno show or any of those shows to be in the studio audience. And what was the show where you dressed up as something? Let's make a deal. And maybe you would make it to the stage there to make a deal.
Yeah, I didn't watch that as much as I watched like Wheel of Fortune and stuff like that. I always watched shows that I could kind of, I don't know. I just didn't watch that one too much.
Now, I never got it in the studio, but I was there in front of where Jay Leno used to do his show in L.A. I did stand out front and get a chance to look at that one time.
Yeah.
Then I had to get back in the car because there were so many cars coming.
You see Good Morning America, or when I used to watch it a while back, but there'll be people looking through the window trying to get on the camera.
Oh, yeah. They always do that. Let's see a few other stories that we've got before we move on this morning. In Texas, a mom is jailed for 20 months after she admitted abusing all 5 of her children using tasers on them. Yeah, that'll get you in trouble with the law. Don't be doing that if your kids are you can't control them. Call your mom and have somebody come help you out.
Okay.
Don't strike them with that. Let's see a few other things that are happening here. LAPD is getting sued because they arrested someone, put the wrong person in jail for 2 weeks, and she's suing big time over it. She wants millions for being arrested, gotten out of jail for 2 weeks. She was an influencer. She was misidentified in a lineup.
I'd be kind of upset too.
I'm sure that happens more than we know. Well, it actually happened here in Meridian. If you'll remember, it was a guy that was arrested. That awful camera footage that was released. You remember the lady that was kidnapped and thrown in her trunk? The wrong guy was arrested and charged there for about a 2-week period there, 3 weeks.
Goodness.
It can happen if you have somebody not totally being honest with the police.
Right.
And
I'd still be very upset if I was the one that was misidentified. Yeah, that would be bad. So.
All right, we'll have MeTV look at the sound there. Well, I got several comments on that to where we'll have them take a look at that here in just a little bit there. Our time is running out, believe it or not. Over.
Yes. We hope everybody has had a good time on the show. We always enjoy having y'all in the comments, and we hope everybody has a blessed day. It's going to be a beautiful day, I think.
It is sunshine and 63, a little bit of a breeze. Tomorrow, even warmer.
That'll be good.
Yeah. Y'all have a safe day. We'll see you soon. Enjoy yourself, and, well, keep a smile on. It makes a difference when it comes to someone else.
That's right.
Scotty Ray's Weather is brought to you by